Hello everyone, this is ICB7 and today we are going to be talking about Shrek 5 and its script leaked entirely. Obviously that's not true, but there's no reason you shouldn't watch this video because we can make a very educated guess as to what this movie is going to be like. But before we talk about that, why shouldn't we watch this trailer? It's very short, so let's watch it.
Hey, Magic Mirror! Who's the fairest of them all?
Why, Shrek, of course.
Ew!
Wait a minute, let me just see that thing again. Humor me for a second. Okay, here it looks like the legacy Shrek that we know and love, but then you have this thing again. I don't know why he looks so desaturated and his eyes look so big, man. Obviously, you already know about the controversy about the looks of Shrek and Fiona being changed. I do agree, it's a very minor change. Some people don't care about it that much, but I do agree. I don't think that the changes should have been made because the original movies had a certain art style to them. The faces always looked like they were in sort of some kind of an uncanny valley, but it looked alright. It looked gross, but I think the point was to make the characters look kind of gross and ugly. And if you look at other movies that were coming out at the time, for example Disney movies and DreamWorks movies or any other movies, Shrek movies really stood out in terms of style and execution. But yeah, that's my little rant about the style, but let's continue watching the trailer.
Dad!
Ooh, mommy like.
Who's making this stuff?
Not me!
I don't even know how they have access to internet. I mean, the Magic Mirror has access to memes that are made in the real world. I'm not sure. I'm really confused about that.
Whoa! Shrek 5, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, and Zendaya?
Yeah, well, there you go. They are adding Zendaya. Like, why are you adding Zendaya? She's popular. Well, that's the only reason they add anyone in the casting, so why the hell not? Anyways, let's talk about the script of this movie. Now, I was watching a lot of reels on Instagram and like when I needed them for this video, I couldn't find anything, so I'm really sorry. Maybe you've already watched a few of those reels. If you're watching this video related to Shrek, you've probably already watched them, but if you haven't, let me tell you about them because I can show you. The script of this movie is going to go like, you have Shrek's daughter. I don't know her name, I'll just call her Zendi for short. So Zendi is probably going to be like, I want to leave this swamp, I want to go out and explore the world. And Shrek is going to be like, no, you're not going to leave this swamp, the world outside is dangerous and you can't leave it. And he's going to be a bit more forceful, as a parent sometimes are. So he's going to force her to go to her room, she's grounded, and then Fiona will talk to Shrek that he was maybe a bit too harsh on Zendi over here, and then Shrek will feel bad about it. He would go apologize to Zendi, but then he will realize that Zendi has made her grand escape. And then we will go on, this big adventure with Shrek and Donkey, maybe even Fiona, and then you will also have probably Puss in Boots as well. And then they're going to go in this grand adventure to get Zendi over here back home. And then when Shrek will go to her, and Zendi will probably have a really bad experience, and she will say, oh Dad, you were right, I should have never left my swamp. And then Shrek would be like, oh no, you were right all along, I'm sorry too, I should have let you go, but as a parent would. But yeah, that is probably the script for this movie, and I'm not making this up. I've been watching so many reels that Instagram has been feeding to me, and when you think about it, it's very cheesy, it's very corny, it's very bad. But these big corporations that are so bad and so cringe, I don't think they are going to be above making this version of the movie. Now, what is somewhat confusing to me is that the release date for this movie is way over in 2026, which is really surprising. Like I don't know if they are that far into the production for this movie. I'm not sure if this movie is made ready to be shipped and it's sitting on a shelf somewhere, or maybe they're already working on the movie right now and this is just a small snippet of the movie that they made and they don't have anything besides it. But what I'm hoping is those people that are actually working on this movie actually watch those really corny reels that people are making, and they actually avoid making that mistake. Because if I'm right, if people are right and they make this Shrek movie exactly like what we're predicting, that is just corny as hell, and I don't think that Shrek, my boy, deserves that. So yeah, that's my, and not mine, but you know, the internet's prediction for what this movie is going to be like. Let me know your predictions in the comments down below, and as always, it's time for a goodbye.